Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. The bold and the beautiful next 2 weeks. Eric's hope intervention fails, Zend is outraged, and Carter strikes back. The bold and the beautiful B and B. Spoilers for the next 2 weeks, November 4 to November 15. Reveal that the fallout of Steffy Forrester's, Jacqueline McKinswood, decision to fire Hope Logan, Hanukkah Noel will continue. Now that Ridge Forrester, Thorsten Kaye, has thrown his support behind Steffy, Brooke Logan, Catherine Kelly Lang, is going to react with disbelief and eventually fury. Since Brooke obviously won't believe Hope intended to seduce John Finn Finnegan, Tanner Novlan, she'll push Ridge to override Steffy during the week of November 4 to 8. Ridge won't be willing to do that, especially not without a good explanation for Hope parading around the design office in lingerie. Brooke may complicate the situation by sticking to the vow of silence she gave Hope and Carter Walton, Lawrence St. Victor, about their hush-hush romance. Over with Carter, he'll seethe over Hope's humiliation and devastating career loss. Carter will also get worked up over all the pushback he got about his major luxury conglomerate idea, so he'll be ready to seek some Forrester payback. Once Steffy meets back up with Finn, they'll reaffirm how committed they are to each other. Steffy doesn't hold Hope's actions against Finn, so she'll get passionate with him and assure him that they're still on solid ground. Speaking of getting passionate, something good will come out of all Hope's drama since she'll reach a sizzling turning point with Carter. Hope will head back to Carter's place with him, so that should be where they'll hit the sheets for the first time. B&B spoilers also indicate that there'll be some love confessions, so Carter and Hope may suddenly speed things along in their romance. Back with Brooke and Ridge, they'll have to face the difficult reality of their own relationship. Ridge is always going to have Steffy's back, and Brooke is always going to have Hope's. If Ridge and Brooke can't find a way to accept the importance of those family loyalties, they may not survive as a couple. After Eric Forrester, John McCook, hears about Hope's firing, he'll try to talk Steffy out of giving her the permanent boot from Forrester Creations. Nevertheless, Steffy will insist the decision's been made and will feel good about bearing Hope from the premises. As for Zend Forrester Dominguez, Delon de Metz, he'll understandably have some complaints about Steffy cutting Hope's line. Zend has been designing Hope's latest collection, so he'll gripe to Steffy about her choices punishing more than just Hope. Next, Will Spencer, Crew Morrow, will test the waters with Electra Forrester, Linnea Grace, by asking for her life story and getting flirty. Once Electra flirts back, Will may take that as his cue to go all in on his pursuit. At Bill Spencer's, Don Diamond mansion, he'll read a touching letter from Luna Nozoa, Lisa Yamada, and confide in Katie Logan, Heather Tom. Bill's heart will still break for Luna as well as Poppy Nozoa, Romy Park, but Katie will mostly view Bill as the real victim. Meanwhile, Poppy will catch Luna off guard when she arrives for a prison visit and shares some crucial updates with her daughter. Could there be some news regarding Luna's case and her chances of being transferred to a mental institution? Could this be about Poppy's forgiveness or even another father candidate for Luna instead? Regardless, Poppy will show up with something to tell Luna, so it'll be interesting to see what she spills. During the week of November 11 to 15, November sweeps will still be in full swing. Now might be a good time for Sheila Sharp, Kimberlin Brown, to stir up some trouble, so we'll see if she resorts to any mischief-making. Carter will cause some trouble of his own thanks to his revenge plot on the Forresters moving forward. Will Carter succeed in making Steffy and Ridge suffer for what they've done to Hope? Finally, Ridge and Brooke's strained relationship could get even worse by then. This could be Taylor Hayes, Rebecca Buddick, opportunity to comfort Ridge and pull him closer, so we'll bring you more predictions on what's ahead for these exes. The bold and the beautiful spoilers say the next 2 weeks will bring some heated confrontations and heartfelt moments. So stay tuned for plenty of great episodes. The next 2 weeks on The Bold and the Beautiful promise a whirlwind of emotions, confrontations, and unrelenting drama that will leave fans at the edge of their seats. The Forresters, Logans and Spencers will once again find themselves embroiled in tangled webs of loyalty, betrayal, and desperation. Eric's ambition and hope for a harmonious future hit an unexpected snag. Zenda's simmering frustration finally boils over, and Carter's fierce resolve drives him into uncharted territory. Eric's hope intervention fails spectacularly. Eric Forrester, the stalwart patriarch of Forrester Creations, has always believed in the power of love and unity to guide his family through stormy waters. His hope was that the legacy he built would continue to thrive under the careful watch of a new generation. However, the mounting friction between Ridge's branch of the family and Thomas's erratic decisions put that very legacy at risk. Eric decided it was time for an intervention to stabilize both his family and his business. His plan? To bring Hope Logan back into the fold, not just as a model, but as a key player alongside Thomas in their creative endeavors. What Eric hadn't anticipated was the depth of the emotional fallout Hope carried from her recent ordeals. The betrayal she felt from Thomas's manipulations and her own guilt about Liam strained her ability to trust. When Eric gathered the family for what was supposed to be a constructive meeting, Hope sat at the table with eyes full of doubt and weariness. Ridge cast knowing glances at Thomas, whose clenched jaw betrayed the storm brewing beneath his calm exterior. Eric, voice thick with urgency, addressed the room. "We faced challenges before, but this family survives because we stand by each other. Hope, I believe you and Thomas are the future of Forrester Creations. Can we not find a way to work together, stronger than ever?" Hope looked down, her silence filling the room like a dense fog. Thomas leaned forward, desperation crackling in his voice. "Hope, I know I've messed up, but I'm different now. We could do this. We could be brilliant together." But instead of agreement, Hope's response was unexpected. "Eric, I'm not sure if there's a future here for me. I can't keep walking into battles pretending I'm unscathed." The weight of her words shattered Eric's optimism. He leaned back, the sparkle in his eyes dimming. The intervention, intended to rebuild bridges, only revealed how vast the chasms had grown. It was clear that hope, no matter how ardently pursued, was not enough to mend what had broken. Zenda's outrage erupts. Amid the fallout, Zenda Forrester Dominguez felt more sidelined than ever. He had poured his passion and talent into the designs that kept Forrester Creations at the forefront, yet he was constantly overshadowed by Thomas's high-profile work and controversial antics. Zenda watched from the periphery as the same patterns unfolded, this time with Eric's intervention crumbling like sand. Zenda's frustration reached its tipping point in a late-night encounter with Ridge. The design room, illuminated by the soft glow of task lamps, was where Zenda found his solace, sketching into the hours when silence fell over the building. Ridge, still in his tailored suit and lost in thought, walked in and caught sight of the fierce intensity with which Zenda was drawing. Burning the midnight oil again, Ridge's attempt at camaraderie fell flat. Zenda's eyes flashed. "I don't think I have a choice, Ridge. You see, while we're all gathered around trying to pull Thomas out of whatever mess he's created, some of us are actually doing the work to keep this company afloat." Ridge, momentarily stunned, arched an eyebrow. "That's not fair, Zenda. You know how complicated things are." "No, Ridge," Zenda snapped, finally letting his anger spill out. "What's not fair is watching everything Thomas touches turn into a spectacle, and we all dance around it as if it's brilliance instead of damage control." The air between them thickened. Ridge, for all his diplomatic inclinations, knew there was truth in Zendi's words, but struggled to respond. This time, it wasn't just Thomas's reputation at stake. It was the stability of everyone under the Forrester roof. Carter strikes back. Meanwhile, Carter Walton, typically the composed and steady hand at Forrester, found himself drawn into the escalating drama. His heart still reeling from the fallout with Quinn, and the secret glances he shared with Katie, was a tangled mess. But what pushed Carter to action was more professional than personal. With Eric's failed intervention, the lines of power within Forrester were more blurred than ever, and Carter decided it was time to assert control before things spiraled beyond repair. After a heated board meeting where accusations were traded like darts, Carter stood up, commanding silence. Enough. This isn't just a family squabble. This is a business. If we don't find a way to operate without letting personal grievances dictate every move, we'll all lose what we've worked so hard for. The room fell silent as Carter's voice, rich with determination, washed over them. He locked eyes with Eric, the aging titan who, for once, looked unsure of his grasp on the situation. Then Carter turned to Zend, who gave a subtle nod of understanding. For once, someone was speaking truth without the layers of diplomacy that kept the family's wounds hidden but festering. Thomas, ever the wild card, couldn't resist one last provocation. "And what do you suggest, Carter? That we pretend everything is fine?" "No," Carter said, stepping closer. "I suggest we stop pretending that this division doesn't come at a cost. We need to make hard decisions, and we need them now. In the coming days, alliances will shift, and the balance of power at Forrester Creations will be tested like never before. Eric's Hope intervention may have failed, but it's lit a fire that could either forge new alliances or burn the entire family's legacy to the ground. Zend, emboldened by his outrage, will push for recognition, and Carter's newfound assertiveness will set a precedent that shakes the core of the company's future. The Bold and the Beautiful is poised to deliver an explosive blend of ambition, loyalty, and betrayal that only they can.